Just cheer us on while we play all these 44 games, and also cheer us on when we raise our trophy up at the end.
Well, just moments ago, Natasha Howard stood on stage and was officially announced back here as a member of the Indiana Fever. We welcome you inside Fever Basketball. I'm Pat Boylan, and we are thrilled to be joined by Natasha right now. I'm sure there's so much here going through your mind. Take us through the emotions as you make your triumphant return here back to Indiana.
It's a blessing to be back, to be honest. Like, when I was on that stage press conference, I kind of got emotional a little bit. Like, wow, I'm back here again where I started. And just how Stephanie White was speaking so highly of me. Like, I'm like, this is where I need to be at, and this is where I belong. And I'm just so happy to be able to come back and handle some unfinished business.
Are some of those memories flooding back of you and your first couple of years and just trying to figure out the WNBA and now where you are right now?
Absolutely. It was flashbacks a little bit. Just like, wow, me from being a baby Tosh to grown Tosh. Like, it's just phenomenal. Just where I came, and like Steph said, just taking those steps in the league and not jumping any steps, and just taking it day by day in my career, and just learning bit by bit by other players as well.
I'm sure every team would have loved to have your services. So why is Indiana and this opportunity the right one for you?
I just feel like I'm supposed to be here. And God worked in mysterious ways, and he put me back where I started. And like I said, we still have unfinished business since 2015. So
you mentioned that unfinished business. The Fever make that championship run. You go all the way to the finals, a win away from winning a championship, something you've had the good fortune of doing at 3 different stops in your career. How much do you think back to that series early in your career, especially now as you come back to Indiana and try to bring that success back here?
It's almost like a nightmare night, going back and, just watching that game again. It's like, we should have won that, but that's in the past. And like, now we have a young group that's hungry and ready to win a championship. We added new pieces, so I'm really excited about that. And I just can't wait to get things going and, helping this young group learn and tell them this is what it takes to win the championship. And at the end of the season, that's what we're going to be holding up.
You can tell as you're talking here just the experience and the leadership that you're going to be bringing. Can you describe how you feel the most different maybe as a person and a player as you make this comeback here than maybe your first stop in your WNBA career version of Natasha Howard?
I just feel like I've grown a lot as a person. Just seeing a lot of things when it comes to, this business. So it opened my eyes to a ton of things that I wasn't, taking. I feel like I was taking a lot for granted when it came to like my talent and stuff, and just as a player, I feel like a lot of teams didn't really appreciate me how they should, and I feel like coming back here, this organization really appreciated me as a person and as a player, and they also happy that I'm back as well, and bringing that experience and winning championships to this organization. So I'm just really honored and blessed to see a team that appreciate me and that won't, dim my light.
It's interesting that you say that because as you were sitting there on stage, it kind of struck me that you've got Stephanie White to your left and then Kelly Krauskopf to your right and Amber Cox to the right of her. And you have relationships with all 3 of those women. You're not just coming back to a team that you played on before. You're coming back to an organization and people that you know very well. How significant was that as you are making this decision to come here?
Because I trust those ladies. Played with Steph my second year in the league, and Amber Cox was with me in Dallas, mm-hmm. and Kelly, the one that drafted me when I first got here, and she trusted me, and she's seen the process that I've grown since I left here, and also coming back. So without those ladies, I won't be here right now. So I'm really grateful and thankful that they put in everything to get me back here, and I'm happy to be back here because they did their part. So
I think Fever fans watching this, they hear that, and it makes them so excited because you have the experience and you know what it takes to win a championship. You know the type of roster it takes, you know the type of makeup it takes. Clearly you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't have signed here if you didn't feel that was the case. But as you look at the ladies that are going to be around you, it seems evident that you feel that is completely accomplishable here right away for the Fever.
Absolutely. Just watching Fever last season is how young they were and also how they made it to the playoffs, like as a young group. Like you really don't see that a lot in WNBA. So, but I was just really proud of their work ethic, how they was so hungry and they were passionate about winning games and stuff. They had each other, but they trust each other out there, and that's the type of team and organization I want to be on.
I want to ask you about a couple players specifically, and let's start with somebody that you're likely going to spend a lot of time in the front court with, Aliyah Boston, a young, budding superstar. What do you anticipate that relationship being like with her, both on and off the floor?
That relationship is going to be really, really good, really tight. She's going to be that's going to be like my little sister. I'm taking her underneath my wings. Like when I played against her, like I told her something on the court and she took it with her. Until this day, she still remember what I said to her. So I'm really happy that we already kind of got that connecting bond already right now. So I'm just really extremely happy to, guide her and also teach her some of my moves.
If I think of your game, maybe the signature thing that stands out above all else is your rim running, kind of dashing across the floor. Flash is the nickname. Even as a rookie, there's no better player in this league at finding players like that than Caitlin Clark. I mean, that's something you've been successful at in all your career, but what do you anticipate that being like, getting to play with somebody that has the vision and the ability to make those passes happen?
It's going to be Caitlin Clark Flash Show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court, because that's like as soon as she get the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already see the person down the court before she even get the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all the assists that she needs.
You know well from the couple of Fever and Dallas games last year. I mean, they were shootouts. They were really entertaining games. The team that you're joining is already good offensively, and you're going to continue adding to that. But I think it's defensively that really stands out, maybe where you can make your greatest impact. Former Defensive Player of the Year. You're regularly in the voting for that award. And this is a team that is going to need to take some strides there. 11th defensively last year. Stephanie White should help make a big difference. What kind of difference do you feel like you can help make on the defensive end of the floor?
Just be that quarterback for the defense for us, and just being that vocal on the floor when it comes to defense, and just showing them like the only way we're gonna win games is defense. Like we know we have the talent on offense, but like we need to really buckle down and just play defense because we want to be in that top 5 when it comes to defense, not 11 this season.
As you make your return here, and we're sitting in a room that didn't previously exist, and the facilities have seen such an upgrade, and of course the building across the street that's coming in, I mean, you can just see you smile as you talk about all of that. How impactful are the facilities and the buy-in here from the Fever organization? How impactful is all of that for somebody like you, but for this team as a whole to be able to take that next step?
It's just really good to see this organization doing a lot of things for our sport, because I feel like they know they would deserve the same amount that any other team has, and I'm really happy to be a part of this and also see the growth of this organization and what are they doing for the future.
Yeah, the growth of the organization is undeniable, and somebody in your position, I think, can speak to this really well too. The growth of the league, the growth of women's basketball. It's National Girls and Women's and Sports Day here coming up. Your perspective on just the growth that you've seen over the time in the WNBA and your excitement for this moment and getting to be an integral part in this moment.
Speechless, to be honest. It's just like the WNBA came a long way. Like it really came a long way. You see, like now, like we have a great locker room. We're getting practice facilities now. Like we're getting everything that we deserve, and we adding new fans, and the crowds are getting bigger. Like it's just crazy how like the game just grew from since I started until now. It's just the next generation that's doing that for us, and also the vets that's been in the league that's still playing and a like top performance to also still given as well. So I'm just really, really grateful that I'm still able to play and still be able to play in this league and also see the league grow and also see other organizations, but mainly Fever organization grow and getting the things that we deserve.
You started off our conversation with the phrase unfinished business. And as you look forward here, what's it going to mean to you to be able to play a big role in getting this Fever franchise back to where it was for so many years, back to where it was when you started your career here and back at the top?
Start off with trust. We got to make sure we trust each other. Because we trust each other, we could go a long way. And that's one thing that, like, when everybody come back from playing whatever they doing and stuff and training before training camp start, that's when we need to start coming together, getting to know each other off the court instead of on the court. Because if you know your teammate off the court, it'd be easy when you on the court. So that's one thing we need to dig in more deeply is trusting each other.
And maybe trust is the answer to this question, but as you guys start to come together and as we get to May, tons of talent, an undeniable amount of talent on this roster. How important is it going to be the chemistry side of things, meshing together, being ready as a unit right from the get-go in May?
I feel like that won't be a problem of us meshing together because I feel like any team I'm on, like I already know what my teammates like because I just watch film on what this player like and what this player don't like. So it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be easy for us because, like I said, we have two vets, me, DB coming in, so it wouldn't be as hard if we was a young player. But I feel like we're going to mesh really good and just do what we need to do and also, be determined and also holding each other accountable when times get tough or when times don't get tough.
We're talking here in early February. The season is rapidly approaching, but still a couple of months. What do the next couple of months look like for you and getting yourself ready to be in game shape once the regular season starts?
Just focusing on myself, focusing on my body, getting my body right to where it needs to be as for this upcoming season because it ain't gonna be an easy season for nobody. So just making sure that I'm just ready to perform day in and day out for, I don't know how many games we have, 40 something games now. I don't know, but
44.
44
a lot
games.
more than when you started, right?
Yeah, so just be prepared for all 44 games this season.
Final thought here. You've got a lot of people watching that have been diehard Fever fans for a long time. They remember your first stay here in the Tamika Catchings era and are thrilled to have you back. There's also a portion of the audience watching that wasn't the case in 2015, the new fandom that has come to the Fever in the last couple of years. What's your message to both of those groups here as you return to Indiana and as you wear this Fever uniform?
Just come out and just show us love and just support us and just cheer us on while we play all these 44 games and also cheer us on when we raise our trophy up at the end.
Natasha Howard back here in Indiana. It just feels right, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, welcome. Congratulations. And I know everybody's looking forward to watching you hit the court here in just a couple months.
Thank you.
All right. That's Natasha Howard back here with the Indiana Fever. Thanks for watching Inside Fever Basketball.